Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to From the Depths with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome back to the campaign after a bit of a break, where today we have two very simple goals, the first of which is to continue to build our forces and push into the Onyx Watch's territory. The second goal is to test out a bit of a redesign I've done in the background of our darts, the darts of course being our light interceptors. Since the Onyx Watch don't really have anything to intercept, I decided that they still needed to fulfill a role within our empire, and because of that, I have converted them, and we're also making some more over here, just to see if their new ways will bring honor to our people, or at least cause glorious explosions. So, what exactly then do we have left from the previous fights? Pretty much everything has survived. We have a lot of designs which I desperately need to retrofit. We have the tank, which I will definitely be playing around with in the future. We then have over here the... what are you exactly called again? The furnace, which I need to turn back on, because apparently it's not actually giving us any resources. So this is our new resource harvester, which looks utterly phenomenal, which we stole from the Onyx Watch. Now, I do really want to steal the Bulwark, but I think I am going to stick with just, let's see if we can destroy it. I do kind of want to see the Bulwark versus the Abomination one-on-one. I am building a new Abomination down here. We're building loads of the drone ships down here, finally collecting these resources, and I'm also building some more of the modified darts. All of our resource zones are currently doing something, so it's not too bad that we're not really connecting them just yet. So I'll be right back when something interesting happens. Whoa, that is horrible. Bit of map shaking there. Well, at least the Abomination gets to do what it's built for, and that's act as our fast response unit whenever an enemy attacks us. Well, it's pretty ugly repair work, but there we are, just so we can start everything going, and I'm also going to put down some repair bots just to get things moving, and I'm tempted to do something very silly with this. And don't worry, I will be removing all this external stuff later, but until it's fully repaired, I don't really know where I want to put stuff, so I'm just leaving it like this, so I can easily remove them later. But I am very tempted to turn this into a mobile base, that is just using the fortress in fights and bringing it with us. Now, fortresses can only move at 3 meters per second, that is if you make them a true fortress. There we are. So, it wouldn't be that effective, but I have actually done this before in a very old playthrough, and it was super fun, so I am really tempted by that, because it just looks so cool. It would be silly just have this thing forever spawned away over in the corner, slowly getting resources. And of course, we can make it bigger and better, with more explosives. So we have the Bulwark versus our fast responder, the Abomination. So, let's see how this goes on a one-on-one situation. On the upside of the Abomination, it is a flyer, it is slightly unstable in its movement, so it will naturally somewhat counter the crams. On the downside, it is quite lightly armoured, because it is meant to be a Slanesh vehicle, so it's quick and lightly armoured with a lot of damage potential. The Bulwark, on the other hand, is kind of the opposite, being slow and incredibly sturdy. Now, the Abomination could also be way stronger if it used different types of missiles rather than just using explosive, especially since the explosive do actually hurt each other as they all hit. There we go, there's the large missiles landing, and they have taken out some of the weapons straight away. A lovely thing to see. Yeah, I think this, unless the Bulwark gets some very lucky hits, I think this has already been pretty much sorted. Really should swap out some of those explosives. If we were using EMP, I think this would be just... well, I think the Bulwark would be turned off by now. I'm also considering making a version of the Abomination just using the large missiles, but fewer of them, since they are so much more impactful. I also started this fight with very little material in storage, which is a bit stupid of me. Oh, also, we have been hit by one of the crams. Need to add some proper stairways to this thing, since it's always fun to be on an airship. I'll also have taken out one of its AIs, since a lot of the weapons just turned off. Ooh, hello. Did we just lose one of our rotors? Oh, did we just lose a Lathrix? Well, that's stable. I'm just gonna go back to the normal version now, the normal view. We could just capture this. It is pretty much offline now, and it would be fair. Just swapped some of the missiles for EMP, and now I'm heading towards the Bulwark. This may take a while. And this is why I don't try and capture things straight away, because it's very boring to watch. Oh, that is terrifying from this angle. Seems like the Bulwark's actually decently protected against EMP because of the heavy armor. It's just absorbing all the EMP damage. This is why I'm avoiding missile spam on most of my craft, but my god is it fun sometimes. Oop! Terrifying! So I've changed my mind. The Bulwark is very, very, very protected versus EMP surges and such. It has heavy armor, which actually takes damage from EMP rather than spreading it. And its AI is just completely encased still. So I've swapped all the weapons back over to just explosive. We're just going to destroy it, and if I get lucky, we might take out the AI before we completely obliterate it. It is going to take a while, though. Yeah, the missiles don't actually do that much damage each, so shredding into the core is going to take a very long time. And that's why I can't really use the Abomination too much, because although it is effective, as we can see, it's so expensive to run. Just thousands upon thousands of materials being used every few seconds with this thing. The engines themselves are expensive to run, and it uses so much ammo. It's inefficient, but it's fun and fast. No context. Wait, what? I was talking about the white flyers. What has happened? Has the white flyers been... They're the white flyers, right? I am very confused, but apparently we are now at war with the lightning hoods. I don't know what just happened. Okay, so as far as I can tell, what's just happened is that someone, one of the other factions, has destroyed the white flyers' main building. If we take a look-see here, the White Flyers are at war with the Twin Guard, and they are at war with the Steel Striders. So one of those two have defeated the White Flyers, which is weird, to say the least. But upon that happening, their allied to the end fellows over here, the Lightning Hoods, have decided to go to war with us, because I think we got credited for destroying the White Flyers' main building. That's what I'm seeing right now. And if we take a look at the map, you can see, look, there's been a lot of fighting over here. Some capturing is already happening. I don't know why I can see this section, by the way. I don't know what's going on there. But, yes, the White Flyers have been destroyed, or at least badly damaged, and for some reason we got the credit for that, which has led their allies, the Lightning Hoods, to declare war on us. So what I need to do then is just beef up this area and beef up this area. We have loads of resources to play with. We just need to keep on building up our fleets, which is fine, because yay, resources. I am doing that anyway. So, yeah, that should be fine. These are building up already. We have lots of resources here to play with. You're moving around and have loads of resources. In fact, you can move there to start building stuff as well. We've got a second Abomination, which is currently being built. We have the secret plan over here. Yeah, we should be fine. But it is now going to be a bit more difficult, since we are going to be fighting a war on two fronts. Okay, time to test out the darts versus a new enemy. A pretty large enemy as well. We are not going to win this, but this is a test of just 5 of the new darts. These are now only costing 4,000 resources each, they used to cost 9,000. Before I made some changes. Oop. Okay, its first cram attack and missed, which is good for us, as you can imagine, not being hit. turned it into the Flying Dutchman. So, what I've done there, again, this is my first test run, I clearly need to work on their movement a bit, is I've turned them into nukes. The reason is, I actually stopped using nukes in a past run because they were a bit too overpowered. It was too easy to do damage to the enemy for a very, very low cost with the test nukes. But nukes seem to be weaker now than they used to be, and since we're using proper planes, they're a bit less perfect at following things, so I am more than happy to just make them for this kind of fun. Only one really hit, and as you can see, yeah, they do way less damage than they used to, but they only cost 4,000, which is minute in the game at the moment. Just kind of melted its face off a little bit. Where's the last dart? It must have been hit straight away or something. Oh, no. Don't quite know what happened to you. So it allowed me to run away from that fight without losing the dart. It turns out I just spawned it way too close to the ground and it got hit by one of these waves, since I spawned them at different altitudes. So yeah, the darts have a new use. So for reference on how and why I made the darts like that, it was actually by accident. I was posting on Twitter about it like a week ago. I was just messing with their movement and found out it's actually incredibly easy with their current setup to turn them into ramming vehicles. One thing led to another, a few drinks was had, and then suddenly nukes were involved. You know, the story of the world. Now we have the Plague Cauldron, originally the Iron Cordon, versus the Bulwark. Those are the kinetic shells, which don't really do all that much, but they do drain a lot of the power the enemy has, since they can't really knock it out with their laser munition defense. As you can see, not being destroyed, and it goes through. Sometimes it can do a lot if it hits the right place. But obviously the bulk of the damage is coming from this. If it hit a better place. Oh, actually, it did take out a lot of that back gun. Maybe I should really swap just for a single Doom cram. That's the cram that's basically say one shot and just does insane damage. Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. As you can see, it does completely shred entire rooms. Some of that was heavy armor. We are about as armored up as the Bulwark, but we're definitely getting in more hits. And since we're doing quite a lot of internal damage, hopefully soon we'll take out on the AI or do something important. Ooh, like that for instance. There we go. One more gun gone. That one's been completely disabled. ×2. Just need some hits on the back now. Like that. Adding the kinetic shells has helped out so much. Now, the only thing we really need to do is time them a bit better, so that the kinetic shells hit the enemy just before all of the mortars do. Though it seemed to have done the job this time around. I don't like how the kinetic ones can just bounce as well. What even is that? Well, you knocked off something. We've taken a lot of little scratches. That room's been exposed, but there's nothing really in there. It has shredded through that piece of armor, but thankfully not enough to actually take out the gun. Ooh, there's an explosion there. Something went up on the inside. The Bulwark is just so heavily armored, just heavy armor everywhere, and then just these rooms of nothing, which you can't really do anything to. Give me some like critical strike. Well, that looked painful. One thing I did notice, though, is the nukes are going off a little bit too early. is so dumb. Just throwing 4,000 materials at a time just for guaranteed explosions. I mean, to be fair, this thing cost 150,000, so we'd need a lot of them to even break even with that. Just a lot of them. Just did a bit of mental math, which took way too long, but it'd be like 37, 38, somewhere there, of these planes to break even for how much this costs. And that's why they're effective. It doesn't look like they're really doing much, but because how cheap they are, they're honestly cheaper than some of our attack salvos. We are still producing loads more units, though, at all of the different resource zones. Over here, in fact, we have loads. We have 2 of the converted Morays, we have loads of the regular darts, and we have some of the drone ships, so we are more than prepared to repel some small attacks over here. I'm making some more of the larger drone ships in multiple locations. A second Abomination is being made, which will act as our border guard over here very soon. And then we have this. A swarm of modified darts. Oh yeah, the nuke's going off way too early. So I've pretty much got it, so it's a guaranteed they'll go off even if they somewhat miss the target, but that's way too early. Missing out on a fair bit of damage there. This brave jet exhaust survived. I mean, material versus material was definitely efficient. Those are some serious storms. Oh, you didn't quite make it. Oh, if you only got a little bit further. Whoa. Does this water ever stop? Am I going to just continue to go down forever? Wait, no. Is this like the actual floor? Oh, the ocean floor is the exact same colour as the ocean was. Okay, I was very confuzzled then. I just had to spawn them all in. So, this is our nuke swarm. Some of them may have hit each other because I just couldn't get them to spawn further apart than this. But that is terrifying. It's like a really weird desktop background. I think that angle's the best, right there. Yep. This is gonna be fun. The Iron Cordon, with all its lovely, lovely missiles, versus the Plague Cauldron, its converted counterpart. With all of its multicoloured shells. That did very little. Well, it did about 50k damage. Hopefully it did something useful, but let's see if we can survive the missiles. This is the dangerous part. When all those missiles first hit, the Alpha Strike is pretty darn nasty. Now, layered armor is going to be nerfed in the next patch, so I am really loving the fact we can still tank so many hits. Yeah, see, what I need to do is synchronize the kinetic shells a little bit better, because as long as these are here, my shells will get through, because it's using up all of its power. Now, the Iron Cordon is a good example of a very good laser munition defense, at least from what I've seen. Takes out so many. Oh, that one got in though, and look at that, just utterly removing one of the rooms. Well, yeah, completely removing it. What I'm really hoping to hit, though, is like these. Though, I think we've turned off everything. And I turned off a lot. I think what we may have done is actually, we may have took out one of its AI. It has one AI there and then one AI here since, well, since I captured one of these things, I actually know the insides pretty darn well, and of course converted it. Bounce. Ooh, it has opened up some of these rooms though. In fact, yep, we've actually lost a couple of guns. There may still be wood on the outside of parts of our vehicle, but then it's got layers of armor underneath, so yeah, it does take a lot to break through. But once you have broke through, we've got a lot of explosive stuff, so I'm actually hoping this fight ends soon, because these next few hits, if they hit the right place, could take out our larger cram cannons, our larger mortars, which are remarkably expensive. There we go. What actually killed it? Was it AI dead or was it too damaged? I can't see where it's saying that. Oh, too damaged, okay. Yeah, must have just emptied loads of the rooms. Yay for internal damage. Did we lose any of the main guns? I'm hoping no. No. Yeah, so we have these in their own little armored shells, and we have armor like that, and that's where the first missiles hit. It obviously took off all the wood on the top, but the very center rooms were still okay. Yeah, good. I love tanky vehicles. It's the one thing I know how to do, and it's super fun for me. I definitely prefer defense over offense most of the time, unless we're strapping nukes to small planes. So I found a fortified section over here.
Engaging now.
So naturally, we sent some of our darts in. Why is that one not going off? What's wrong with this one? Well, the others are working properly. There we go. Oh, they're so weak. They really are, but it's so much fun. So, we have pretty much destroyed this. We did some minor damage to the furnace. And that's about it. That's so dumb. Oh, I am tempted to improve them. These were just tests, and silly ones at that. I wanted to see if we could make our planes like that, but I think one thing we could do is set it so they start to dive bomb the target only after a set amount of time, so they act like normal planes rather than going directly towards them. That's not all that difficult to do. There's a lot of other things we can do to make them significantly better. Like I said before, the test nuke, which was an old nuke design I had, which used spin blocks, was significantly better because it tracked perfectly. These are just the planes with really wonky AI. There's very little I've actually changed about them, but they're so cheap. Another thing I do like about the darts right now, by the way, I actually messed up the max speed, this is what made me realise, is that because they're so fuel hungry, I can't really deploy them over long distances, so instead what we need to do is only attack near our borders, or bring a ship which has loads of fuel by itself. So the whole episode has basically just became, nukes are fun! Oh my god, that was so perfect. Yeah, I bet I didn't kill it. Is it too damaged? Yes, it is! Victory! No, not victory! Oh, because my craft didn't stay around. So close. Oh, this is so dumb. I love it. I love it so much. One of our drone groups are finally done. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the smaller drones, then 2 of the drone parents, who give them all their detection systems and carry loads and loads of resources. Over here, we have loads of defense as well, and actually loads of material starting to stack up. It seems like the Lightning Hoods are fighting someone else right now. Oh, look at that. Yeah, the Steel Striders have basically completely destroyed the White Flyers. Interesting. Very interesting. Looks like we're probably going to end up going against the Steel Striders at some point. Probably should hurry up and actually attack the Onyx Watch properly. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay, I'm also building some more of the Plague Cauldrons. These fellows are going to move up as well. This is like a proper group that can sustain itself. But first, one more attack on this compound. Oh no, they've got a healer now! All that work was for nothing. Well, we know the new target, don't we? The healer backed away, I love that. So, I've got to be honest, I'm so far not sold on the idea of the enemies spawning in single ships and everything and moving them individually. I think I still prefer them being their own fleets. I think fleets are more fun to fight against, I think it's a bit more coherent, personally. But I do love the fact that during this stage, the enemy react to you, because not only does it show that each vehicle has its own preferences, it also kind of hints what they're going to be like before the fight for us. If something goes nice and far away like that, it could be a repair vehicle, a storage vehicle, or perhaps artillery. If it gets right in your face, it could be a nuke strapped to a plane, for instance. I do like that. I like that a lot. Hello, healer! What are you doing? I don't even know what's going on. What have I done? What have I done to you all? Did it work? Good. We can pretend that was all intentional. Oh, look, that's 2 damage. We finally killed the furnace. That was a great success. Okay, so what I'm going to do, perhaps in the next video, is make these more effective at what they do. These were just only slightly modified, let's say. Oh, no, it didn't actually kill. Okay, can I manually detonate one of you? Can I get to one of your nukes? No, you're too far. The enemy's too far away now. Boop. So with all that stupidity, I am going to be calling the episode here. Originally, the plan was only to have a couple of those darts. It was going to be a throwaway joke. I was going to laugh. Things were going to explode. But then they were just so much fun. So yeah, what I've decided I'm going to do is the next video is going to be a building video, since I want to build some more things anyway. I still need the satellite, I obviously want to improve these, and I kind of want to build, say, normal ship, or maybe even a sub, because I just want to get some building done. And I do apologise for how long this video has taken to get out. I got completely obsessed with the new Terratech update, using mods for Stellaris finally, and just a lack of time to record because of all real-life problems and buggery like that. But I am now back, and From the Depths will be a bit more regular, at least once a week is the plan. So I do hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, then of course, likes, favourite, shares, comments, all that good stuff. Helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that From the Depths is a series you wish to see continued in the future. In the next episode, we're going to make the darts a proper name. And they're going to be a lot more competent. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye. Explosions abound.